Sara with Everyday Spiritual, and I wanted to talk to you today about a book that I love and highly, highly recommend. It is called Journey of Souls by Michael Newton. Right there. It is case studies of life between lives. So Michael Newton is a hypnotherapist, or was a hypnotherapist, and he did past life regressions for people, and he claims to have inadvertently regressed somebody to in between their lives. So he regressed them, and the things that they started talking about and remembering were in the afterlife, in between their lifetimes. And so he talked to this person, and they told him all kinds of things that were happening and what they could see around them, and it was very interesting. When I started reading the book, all the things that that person was talking about really resonated with me and how I personally think of the afterlife. And it was kind of astonishing. And so then I read more, and so then he started seeking out people that would allow him to try to do this again, and he was able to replicate it. So he wrote this book, and it's a lot of stories of people that were regressed to somewhere between their lives, and the different things that they recounted and the different things that they saw. And there were some serious consistencies across people. And so then he's drawing all these consistencies and illustrating it through stories of people that he regressed and saying, these are the things that were consistent across people. Some of the things that he said were consistent were soul families. The idea that we gravitate toward the same souls lifetime after lifetime, and that we've had these people in our lives before for different reasons. And he really illustrates that beautifully. The other thing is the actual infrastructure of the afterlife. And it really reminded me of the movie Contact, where afterwards she's on the beach and she can see sort of these tubes or like pathways, I guess, that souls are traveling on. And she gets this much wider perspective of the universe. And I feel like some of the things that he talks about in this book are similar to that. At least my visual interpretation that I got when I was reading it was similar to that when you die, you are greeted by people in your soul family, or people that have passed on that were in your soul family in this lifetime. And you have a sort of acclimation period, and then you go to basically like your area. Once you're in your area, there's some other things that happen and people that you meet, and there's a sense that you have of things around you. And then you have what he calls a life review, and I really like that. So there's a purpose to this lifetime and some kind of spiritual responsibility, not necessarily karma, but more of like an intention that you had before you came here to learn something or grow in a certain way or accomplish something in yourself, some sort of personal growth. And so you go through your life review, you remember what your intention was, and you see how you did. And then you decide, and there's a resting period, and you decide, what you want to work on and all of that. The other thing that really resonated with me is that you have a guide. And I really believe that we all have guides, sometimes more than one, and they help to clue you in on things that are going on around you. They might have something to do with the synchronicity that we feel when we're on the right track. So your guide is there, and they go through your life review with you. So I really love all of these ideas. He does have some ideas toward the end of the book that don't personally resonate with me, but that doesn't mean that it won't resonate with somebody else. And I've really never come across anything in my life where I can take it 100%. There's usually some things that really resonate, some things that are like interesting that I want to research more, and some things that are like, I'm not really getting that. So I just take what I like and I just leave the rest, because that's not for me, it's for somebody else. So I highly recommend this book. Also, if you have had somebody in your life that's passed on and you're looking for an interesting way of thinking of what they might be going through, this is a really interesting book to explore that. I really like the fact that he doesn't talk about any religion or religious beliefs, really. He more talks about your personal experience. So religion is sort of a moral code that has a structure to it that people put themselves in because they think it's right, or it's what they were brought up with. But everybody, whether you're religious or not, is having a spiritual experience and has unique spiritual ideas. So this book does honor that, and it really, each story is unique in illustrating what that person is experiencing for themselves. Right. Be sure to sign up for my newsletter. Every Monday we have a journal exercise. Every Wednesday we have a meditation, like a guided meditation where you're exploring something in your mind during meditation. And every Friday we have Science and Spirit, where we bridge the gap between scientific studies and spiritual practices in your daily life and the benefits that it can have for you. There's also a lot of free stuff available, so as soon as you sign up for my newsletter, you'll be brought to a page where there are free meditation, guided meditations, and different exercises you can do with your mind, and a really kind of weird, interesting spiritual book. So here's the link.